Testing, check 1, 2.
So this is the hardware that I use for a very basic motovlogging setup. I start off with my GoPro Hero 3, and it's an older model, but it's been a real workhorse. I've used it for lots of things like diving and all sorts of things, and now I'm adapting it to motovlogging. I can record at 1080p at 60 frames per second, and it gives me a pretty good image. I can play around with recording at higher rates as well and higher resolutions. I have the GoPro remote, the smart remote here, and there's a clip that I'll show you later that allows me to very easily attach it to my handlebar. And the thing I like about that is that I can then easily control the GoPro without having to dismount the GoPro from the helmet. So I can do that on the fly, either if I'm on a long stretch of road with no traffic or if I'm at a stop sign or something like that. I have the Cardo Pack-Talk Bold that is good for playing music. It's good for communicating with other riders, and it can be incorporated into motovlogging if I'm riding with other people. For audio, I have the Zoom H1N that seems to work quite well, and I've adapted a special clip for that as well that I'll show you. I've basically cannibalized a clip from a tape measure, and I got the right kind of screw adapter because it does have a camera mount in the Zoom, and I just put some rubber washers in there to absorb some movement a little bit, and I'll show you where the clip goes in a minute. For recording the line into the Zoom, I got myself a Purple Panda. I had tried another lapel microphone, but I found it was cutting out at high wind volumes when I was riding, and so I switched out this Purple Panda, and so far it seems to be working very well. So for attaching things to my helmet, I have the HJC i70. I really like it. It's really comfortable. It might be a bit loud, but it's been really good for me. I like the flip down visor that it has. So first I have the Pack-Talk Bold that easily attaches onto the side. And it's got its own clip in here along here that will easily attach it to the helmet and keep it nice and secure. For the microphone, it might be a bit hard to see, but I have a Velcro strip down here that I can use to anchor the microphone just off to the right of my mouth and keep it located there. And I use the dead cat that comes with the Purple Panda to help cut out the wind noise. So that works quite well. I get a pretty good sound signal from the microphone. For the GoPro, what I've done is I've used Sugru to make the attachment of a GoPro mounting plate onto the chin, and I really like that because it provides a nice sort of clean look. And when I mount the GoPro, it just clips on like so, and it's good to go. And so that's basically how I have my helmet set up for doing motovlogging. The first part of the setup is the GoPro remote. So it has this attachment on it that clips into the base of the remote itself, just as you would if you were charging it, and that clips it in and keeps it nice and secure. And then what I do is there's a handlebar mount here that comes with it, and that just nicely will slide in and clip into place, and that keeps it nice and secure so that I can control the GoPro itself with my thumbs. I can turn it on, off, I can record, and I can tell if the GoPro is on. The red light tells me that it's recording. So it's a good feedback for knowing that your video is actually working. The next one is the Zoom, the audio recorder. So here's that clip that I cannibalized from the tape measure, and the tank bag that I have is SW Motec Trial Pro. And the nice thing about it, it has the mole top on it. And because of that, what I've done is I've been able to take this clip and I can slide it, and it is nice and secure and stays in place. And so it means I'm allowed to see what the status of my video recording is. I can make sure the levels are good and those sorts of things. I can stop or start the recording. Of course, with these remotes and all that, I only do it if it's safe to do so. I'm not doing it while I'm in traffic. It's only if I'm at a stop sign, stoplight, or if I'm traveling with very little traffic on a highway, for example. But it does allow me to have some nice feedback as to what the status of my video and audio recordings are. The other thing is with the helmet and with the Purple Panda microphone that I have, the thing about this tank bag is it's got an opening on this end and an opening on the other end. So what I do is I feed the cable through the front, through the tank bag, out behind, and it comes up here. I loop it around for security, and I plug it in to the input of the Zoom. And so now I've got this nice connection of the microphone into the Zoom, and I can see what the recording is. For the GoPro, I do something similar. I have the Yamaha USB power port here that has 2 ports, and one of them I use for my phone, so this is the cable I use for my iPhone, a nice L connector, and so that's nice and tidy when I have my iPhone plugged in. The other port I use for the GoPro cable. It comes through this side of the bag, comes out again just like the microphone, and then this will easily plug into the port on the GoPro, and so that means the GoPro is getting constant power. I don't have to worry about batteries. If I'm on a shorter trip, the batteries are fine. But if I'm going on a longer trip, then I want to make sure the GoPro is constantly on. This way, I can be ready to record at a moment's notice if there's something really interesting that I want to record. And so that's the basic setup for all of that.